the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now
alright guys, welcome back. We're here in Tacoma. Gonna get loaded up. Looks like they got a lot of potholes here, so the ground's not as even, but we'll go ahead and help this guy get on the trailer and hit the road to Helena, Montana. First time I've been out there, so see how it goes. All right, well, the broker didn't tell me it was a custom container, but they did say it was 10,000 pounds, which this should be. I've done these before. They are definitely heavier on this side because all the weight's on this side, and it's got doors here in the front. There are no forklift pockets, so I made sure to leave enough space in the front so they can tilt it forward from the back, and also in the back there's a big empty groove for them to pick it up. Did latch one door. This one wasn't completely latched, but that's another thing. I want to make sure all these doors are latched up and we're safe to drive on the road. Now the downside to these containers, because these doors, and I think there's a rain guard. Nope, not on this one. Some other ones had an actual lip stick protruding out. This one doesn't, but there is a little bit of a lip here. But we'll go ahead and secure this, and we'll look at this side for securement ideas, because this is the side that's going to give us troubles where it's either hitting stuff, rubbing on stuff. So we'll look at this, figure out where we want to hook up and get it strapped up. It's a beautiful container, beautiful for my truck. And one thing I don't understand is, why doesn't YouTube take these great photos of my face and make these the screenshots? I don't know, but let's get it going. All right, well, we got a little morning sunrise coming up, and the clouds over the mountains heading into Montana reminds me of that song Thunder Rolls. It's a lot of clouds, but hopefully we're all good. No snow. I didn't check. Still, you know, it's early October. It's kind of early for snow, but never know. As soon as it starts snowing over here, I'm out. I don't want to play with the snow. Going down McDonald Pass, I believe, heading into Helena. And never seen this before, but it said there's a grade of 8%. So we're gonna slow it down. So far we haven't hit the 8% yet, but it's coming up. All right guys, the guy came here, picked this up, dropped it off real quick and easy. He was out of here, do other things. Got everything strapped up. We're gonna head back to Missoula and hopefully get a job. I did find the job yesterday. I quoted it. They didn't get back to me, so we'll see. But trying to get over this pass and back to a truck stop. This is actually a big town. I didn't realize, but Helena is actually the capital of Montana. So the town here is actually pretty nice, and you're up here in the mountains. It's pretty beautiful. Obviously we're out of town right now, but nice area. All right, before I forget, 610 miles, 6.9 miles per gallon. I paid $1,600, so it was $2.62 a mile. Okay, load. It looks like Butte is much closer. It's only 2 o'clock, so before I go anywhere, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the truck stop app and try to find where the loads are and get something secured. All right guys, we're in Missoula. We got a load booked for tomorrow morning, and just wanted to show you this little sunset behind the mountains. Looked pretty nice to me. All right guys, it's the next morning, and we're picking up this bad boy. It's not exactly what I was expecting, but it's pretty massive. It is as tall as me, so 6 foot tall, 6-7 feet wide. Massive teeth on this. Wow. Ooh, let's move. That's gonna come off. No. Well, the guy that's in charge of this stuff is on vacation today, and then the office totally forgot he was on vacation, so I'm just sitting out here waiting for him to call me back. And I'm like, man, I've worked with this guy before. This is taking longer than normal. So I called the office back, and the office is like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot he was on vacation today. And so now there's only one guy that's allowed to operate the forklift and equipment out here, and he went on a parts run. And I swear I saw him when I was pulling in. I saw this old beat up truck, and I was like, yep. I know those days you're just working in the POS just to do parts runs and whatnot. And as soon as I find out he's the guy, I was like, so it might be an hour. I did call the broker, let him know. Based on everything I'm seeing here, it's definitely gonna be heavy. They're saying 12,000 pounds. A non-CDL hotshot tried to pick this up yesterday with you know, not CDL, so just single wheel, and he said that he scaled it and he weighed 27, so that's how they're coming up with the math that this is 12,000 pounds, which is fine. I could scale it too. The truck stop is literally en route to delivery, and it's 5 minutes away, so not a big deal. Plus, it's always good to make sure you get the tongue weight right. But really, I'm looking at this trying to figure out how to secure it. I'm definitely gonna have to use chains because there's not a lot of flat surface here. So they're probably gonna load it on just like this, straight onto the trailer. So I might run a chain straight across these teeth, and then I'm gonna have to do like an X or something. I don't know yet. There's no hook or chain points here, so I don't know, maybe I'll loop it around this and create my attachment there and yank it down over here. It would do the same thing on the top one and yank it down that way, and then that way and that way. So it's the only thing I could think of, because the angle here is just too tight. You can't get a chain over this way and that way. There's just too much metal and it'll bind up and it's just gonna vibrate loose. It's not gonna be a very good securement point. And this metal is too thick to put a hook on that. And this hole is too small to put a chain through. So yeah, I'm not looking at many options. You know, one here, and then gonna have to use this this pickup attachment, which in theory, I mean, that piece of metal right there holds this bucket plus the volume of everything in here, so it should be pretty strong. Looks like someone actually threw a chain right here because there's a little rust spot. So looks like we got ourselves a loader now. That's good, quicker than expected. Maybe he'll have some suggestions, but it's looking pretty straightforward. There's not many options. All right, this was quite the ordeal. That bucket doesn't match any of my paperwork, but they're saying this is where it's going. So we called the broker, went inside, got everything verified. Now the broker is updating the paperwork and serial number for this bucket, so my paperwork is accurate. so I can get paid with no issues. And that's the biggest thing. I want to make sure I can get paid. And I don't want to ship something that's not supposed to be shipped. So there was a big miscommunication, got it all resolved. He's gonna go ahead and throw this on the trailer. I'll check the squat and we'll get up out of here. Well, unfortunately, these people closed as soon as I got into town, so I'll have to park here for the night and drop this off in the morning. But, you know, just looking at this thing, realize, you know, how important it is to have a well-built trailer, because this is probably 7 feet long. All the weight is really just in a 6 to 8 inch area right here. This thing's 12,000 pounds and all the weight's just on this small little piece, really. That's why it's so important to have, you know, the cross beams and that torque tube. All these things make this trailer super strong, and that's what's gonna save your trailer from breaking. All right, we made it. I actually have a gate and it's closed. High security here out in Kennewick, apparently. They even got bricks along the fence line where there's no fence. They must have issues out here. I mean, I would assume they would. But yeah, got this big old piece of junk to get off the trailer. The more I look at it, it's just so much weight in one tiny spot. But the trailer looks like it's holding up pretty well. So let's get this unloaded. Alright guys, before we leave, it was 343 miles. Got about 10 miles per gallon. Paid 925 bucks, so that's $2.69, so about $2.70 a mile. Pretty good for mileage. You know, these heavy equipment places have been pretty good to work with. But we got it delivered. Gonna take a look again, what's going on here in this area. There's nothing really worth picking up. Let's just head home for the weekend. We'll see.